Our planet is dying. The desert grows with every passing year. The world is at war. But there is hope. An object has been detected deep within the Great Banded Desert. It has been called the Kharak object, the primary anomaly. We believe it may hold the key to our salvation. An expedition to retrieve it is being prepared.
Rachel, we have you on move. Stand by for pickup.
We have successfully entered the open desert and are safe, for now. Before leaving, we received this Gaussian transmission.
Attention, Kithid of the North. I am Kagan, of the Kith Gaussian, servant of the mighty Kharak. For generations, you have violated the first commandment of our Creator by entering into space. You seek the stars. Now you invade our lands for the second time. Diplomacy has failed. We can tolerate this no longer. The suffering of this war will be nothing compared to the wrath of Sejuk. Long live the people of Kharak.
We are now behind enemy lines. A Sajet lander carrying with it our sensors manager will rendezvous with us at the Boneyard, a salvage facility to the east. At the Boneyard, we will install the sensors manager, gather additional resources and expedition vehicles before moving out and proceeding to our designated target. The fate of the expedition, and possibly the North itself, now rests on us.
Systems still need to be brought online.
Our initial satellite data identified the location of the primary anomaly, along with dozens of secondary targets. We will take a northern route, skirting the Baladin Formation. Doing this, we will avoid Gaussian territory and the worst of the deep desert heat. We will then cut south to the primary anomaly, the main goal of our expedition. As Chief Science Officer, Rachel Sajet will sample, analyze, and provide intelligence on these objects as we move deeper into the desert. The carrier Sakala has confirmed they are moving east with significant force and are expected to meet us at these coordinates. East of Cape Wrath, a place known as Hell's Gate.
The shipwreck was a coalition carrier, lasting 4 years ago. The wreck has been ransacked by Gaussian troops looking for something. We believe it was the recovered artifact. We have also recovered the encrypted first officer's log from the derelict carrier. It belonged to my brother. The data is spotty, but this is what we have deciphered.
First Officer Jacob Sajet of the carrier Ifrit Nabal. 1,256 souls aboard. We've been immobilized by dune collapse. There are considerably more artifacts at the Kalash location. This is the First Officer of the carrier Ifrit Nabal, signing off.
The Kalash coordinates correspond to this location from the satellite data of 4 years ago.
We will alter course, following the route of our Coalition's first expedition. At the Kalash location, we will accelerate resourcing and artifact recovery operations. Course locked in.
For the first time in as long as any of us can remember, we are finally able to shed some light on the history of our planet, and conceivably, our origins as a people. What we have found here is nothing short of miraculous. An ancient starship lost to the desert for 1,000 years. The structural damage it sustained, the compression patterns, the debris footprint, all of it is consistent with atmospheric penetration followed by ground impact. But why did it crash here? What happened? Many questions remain unanswered. We know that the satellite data we collected identified hundreds of similar sites scattered throughout the Great Banded Desert. Each one of these could be a wreck just like the Kalash. It is safe to assume the Galcian have been exploiting these resources for years. Now it's our turn. Composed of exotic materials and compounds not native to our planet, each represents a potential treasure trove of untapped resources and alien technology we can leverage in our fight against the Galcian, and which may well hold the key to our survival on Kharak.
All crews, prepare to shipbreak. The Ashoka is damaged and on the run. Yet despite the artifacts we've recovered and the upgrades we've made to the Kapisi, we are still no match for her speed. Having relocated to a wide debris field deep within the Baladin Dune Sea, the Ashoka appears to be conducting much-needed resource operations. The Sakala will maneuver to the north and draw the Ashoka away. The Kapisi will then strike directly at the enemy resourcing operations. Once we have wiped out their ground forces, we'll move to eliminate the Ashoka, clearing a path to the site of the primary anomaly. The Sadim have transferred us 2 bombers to assist in the operation. All units, prepare for battle.
You have proved a worthy opponent, but let your joy be tempered with the knowledge that your death is inevitable.
There can be no peace on Kharak, so long as your Kithid pursue a path to the stars.
We recovered artifact technology from the wreck of the Ashoka and have run it through our diagnostics. The advanced cooling system the Galcian have been using to endure the deep desert heat is unlike anything Coalition scientists have been able to develop. I found a way to merge their tech with our existing thermal control assembly, allowing us to shunt additional power to weapons and armor, while simultaneously increasing our repair abilities and targeting range.
We also uncovered the existence of a Galcian military base at the edge of the Dune Sea. Adjacent to the base is a resourcing operation. Similar to the plan of attack we used against the Ashoka, the Sakala will engage the enemy first, then pull back, drawing as many defenders away as possible. The Kapisi will then move in and shut down their resourcing operation before turning her attention to the base itself.
As much a temple as a military installation, the Galcian base was filled with bizarre religious imagery and ancient inscriptions. We also found this recording.
Noble and kind people of the desert, the North is suffering. Even now, as their cities thirst for water, and their citizens choke on the encroaching desert sands, we seek only peace.
Their ascent into space was a violation of the will of Sajuk. Unchecked, they will bring his wrath down upon us all. War has been forced upon us. The North will know us now, no longer as brothers, but by counting the number of their dead. May there be peace on Kharak once again.
We can expect fiercer resistance ahead. Regardless, we keep moving forward, cutting through the Kharaki highlands here. It's rough terrain. The dangers are many. On the other side lies a heat-ravaged wasteland the Galcian call Digran, or the Dreamlands. Just beyond lies our ultimate goal.
What we've discovered here is astonishing. These starships, they didn't crash. They materialized inside of solid rock. Data suggests an artificial quantum waveform intercepted these ships during interstellar transit and reassembled them here, underground. I've linked the quantum signature from these ships to the primary anomaly. I believe it's the source of the waveform and responsible for the starship wrecks scattered throughout the Great Banded Desert. Its power is beyond anything we even thought possible.
We must reach the primary anomaly and unearth its secrets. Our passage through the Kharaki highlands will be through the Whispering Gallery, a narrow canyon located here. The Sakala will meet us at the mouth of the canyon, and together we will punch through to the Dreamlands on the other side. We have been compromised. With the fall of Epsilon Base, Galcian intelligence acquired the satellite data and coordinates of our expedition's destination. They believe that whatever lies at the center of the Dreamlands, our target, is Kartoba, the birthplace of our existence on Kharak, and the key to their ascension.
That's not all. Having decrypted the Galcian base data, I found a message from my brother embedded in the code.
Rachel, if you find this, you know I've been taken prisoner by the Galcian forces. One of the artifacts they've unearthed is the trigger to a weapon of vast, destructive power. They do not yet understand what they possess, but I do, and I have a plan. I know you're coming. Be ready.
The Kahad Sajuk's fleet is making for the primary anomaly. With no other choice but to resupply, we need to rendezvous with the Coalition landers inbound from Tyr. Surrounded by desert, the only place they can set down is the Kashar Plateau, located here. Coordinates locked in. As we speak, satellite data has identified the Kahad Sajuk's fleet approaching the site of the primary anomaly.
Oh my god.
It's some kind of orbital weapons platform. The weapon issued a recognition code to the surface. An ID transponder returned the signal. The return signal originated here.
That's it. That's what Jacob was talking about. I need to go investigate the source of that signal.
It's risky, but you're right, Rachel. Take a combat escort and secure the transponder. Galcian reinforcements are closing on our position fast, but we should be able to hold them off long enough to resupply. We will then rendezvous at your location.
Roger that.
Rachel, what is your status?
Intel. The ID transponder signal originated from a wreck. A military capital ship that seems to be named Tidan. The Tidan deployed the orbital weapon, then suffered the same fate as the other wrecks, crashing to the surface before the weapon could be enabled. Escaping the Galcian base, Jacob crossed the wastelands and located the Tidan. Coupled with the transponder hidden aboard this ship, he used the trigger to arm the weapon. But without adequate food, water, or protection, he died here, alone.
We're coming for you, Rachel. Hold out until we get there.
Understood, Intel. Science team standing by.
Located here. Sedim units are attempting to capture her and seize the wreck. Defend Rachel until the Capisi arrives. Thanks to the sacrifice of Rachel's brother, we finally hold the key to defeating the Galcian once and for all. The Tidan orbital weapon is operational and under our control. Rachel is making final preparations to ensure the fleet's safety as we secure the Kartoba site.
Power and discharge protocols in the green. Targeting and alignment data is suboptimal. We will require a ground-based scanner network to resolve firing accuracy, or nobody will be safe out there.
The Kartoba site is located here. The Galcian fleet is holding their position outside the targeting perimeter. When they realize we have safely entered the site, they will advance and surround us. We will not have much time. Rachel, stand by to deploy.
Roger that. City of Kharak. It's real.
Northern Kithid of Kharak. Everything you have achieved, the battles you have won, they were preordained by the great Seljuk himself. To believe otherwise is vanity. His will is our destiny. But words alone will not stay your hand. That much you have made clear. You have brought this darkness. You have chosen war. May the blood sand quiet the great slumber of Sajuk. I have failed my people. My creator? The wrath of Sajuk will descend upon Kharak in an unimaginable hailstorm of fire and death. Know that you will one day bring this fate upon us all. Heed my words, Northman. Seek his forgiveness before it is too late. Step into his light and be absolved.
Galcian air units inbound.
The truth of our origins is only now being revealed. Descendants of the great derelicts of Kharak, we are all one. We are all Kushan. My brother said, salvation lay in the desert. It's too early to know for sure if he was right, but one thing is certain. This is not the end, but rather a new beginning for us all.